And why housing? I want to speak to the people of Murang'a. Why housing? You have heard James say Murang'a is #1 in producing avocados, #2 in tea, #1 in tea, #2 in coffee. The reason why housing in Murang'a is so that we will continue to have Murang'a as producer #1 of tea. Because unless we do so, and we continue with land subdivision, we will reduce the land that currently is being used for agricultural activity, and it is going to be land for settlement, and Murang'a will lose its place of being #1 in tea production, in avocado production, and that is why it is necessary for us to provide alternative settlement so that the precious land that we are using for agricultural production, for food security, and for commercial farming shall continue to be secured. That is the background to why affordable housing serves the interests of our country in matters ensuring that we reverse the land fragmentation that is going on in Kenya, that is actually threatening our food security and our agricultural progress. Let me also say the following. To be able to make meaning of the productivity of our farmers, it is important for us also to provide avenues for them to be able to monetize their products. And that is why we are building 23 markets in Murang'a, so that our farmers can have places where they can sell their produce. We will have cold rooms in those markets. We will have storage in those markets, and we will have decent places for our farmers to be able to monetize their effort and their products. At the moment, much of our produce goes to waste because of post-harvest losses, either because there isn't adequate storage or there isn't adequate cold room facilities, and therefore most of our farmers lose their produce after they have worked so hard. That is the reason why we are building markets, not just in Murang'a, but across Kenya. I have given very clear instructions to Alice and her team that we are going to build 400 markets around Kenya so that we can reduce the 40% or so of post-harvest losses from our agricultural production. Let me also say that in this conference, and I want to commend the county government of Murang'a for putting together this conference, that as we do this, it is important to showcase what are the potentials in every county that we have. James Mwangi has made a very passionate case for Murang'a, and I agree with him. Let me just tell James Mwangi that you are preaching to the converted. Because already my plan started before even we talked about this special economic zone. When the issue of Del Monte was being discussed, I told the county government of Murang'a, you can discuss about any other thing, but there must be land for a special economic zone so that we can put up manufacturing capabilities. I am very happy today that it is not just the 500 acres that I asked the people of Murang'a to give, that you have decided that the whole 1,300 shall be used for purposes of manufacturing here in your county. And I want to promise you my government support in terms of planning, in terms of making sure that we realize that aspiration, and the Ministry of Trade is going to facilitate the gazettement, the necessary gazettement of whatever areas that are required. And as you have heard, CS Alice has given undertaking that between her ministry and the National Land Commission, the issues that are outstanding will be sorted out so that we can actualize the plan that will unlock the tremendous potential that exists in transforming the 1,300 acres into a manufacturing hub. Let me say three things in respect to this piece of land. Number one, as I have said, we will facilitate the areas that are required as government to make sure that it is transformed into a zone for manufacturing and for doing all the other good things that you want to do. Number two, we are going to work together to support the infrastructure development around that facility. I am happy that James has confirmed that most of the roads that were outstanding are ongoing. At least you said that the Mau Mau Road towards your home is ongoing. Many people would want to say it is not, or at least you have confirmed that it is. And all the other facilities, and I want to confirm that we will make sure that before we start any new roads, we will make sure that those that are ongoing are completed so that we ensure that we unlock that potential. And because we have done so much already at the rural areas, it will become very easy for us to now concentrate on making sure that there is adequate infrastructure in the special economic zone, and I will give relevant instructions to that effect. Let me also say the following. I agree that we have a challenge of unemployment in Kenya. We have many young people who are looking for opportunities for work. And we have to be intentional. We have to be deliberate as to where are we creating the jobs. One of them, as was said here by James, is value addition, agro-processing, and that space. And that is why my initial thinking for a special economic zone, not just in Murang'a, but in 6 other special economic zones in Kenya, is so that we can transition from primary production of all the aspects that we are doing, whether it is macadamia or avocado or tea or coffee, that we move it to the next value. And therefore, as we work towards ensuring that we operationalize all the special economic zones that we have, with the county governments, we are also working on county aggregation and industrial parks. Again, a set of spaces where we can do primary value addition of products in every county.